Hi students, welcome to another section of crime scene reconstruction. So in the previous sessions we saw what is crime scene reconstruction, what is the importance and what is the nature of crime scene reconstruction, and what are the things the investigating officer should keep in mind in order to get a better result for reconstruction. So next we will move on to our another topic, limitations of reconstruction. So what are the limitations for a crime scene reconstruction? One by one we'll see. Limitations of reconstruction. First one is bifurcation, generalization, and false linkage. So, bifurcation. What is bifurcation? Bifurcation is like the fallacy of bifurcation happens when investigators try to apply a simple yes or no answer to a complex question. That is in the mind, like in the mind of investigating officer, he will be having so many questions regarding the crime scene. While when he saw the crime scene, when he visited the crime scene, he will be having so many um, questions regarding these crime scenes. So if he is asking the questions to himself and he is only getting a simple yes or no answer, or simple answers for these questions, he is not thinking that much, and he is not trying to think too much about these things, and he's just giving a yes or no answer, that will cause bifurcation. So these simple answers to complex questions are the attempt to cloud the truth or hide the truth. So if he is only getting these kind of simple answers like yes or no answers, the truth is like they are attempting to hide the truth, what are the things happened during the crime scene and all those things. So they have to give a proper answer uh, for the question what which is coming in their mind or which they are asking. So that is bifurcation. So bifurcation is it's a biggest limitation for this um, crime scene reconstruction. Next one is generalization. Generalization is both helpful and harmful for the investigation. For example, if we are like for taking helpful as an example, how generalization helps in the crime scene investigation. Crime scene, how it is helping means like generalization of the shape of blood stain. It can help the direction, help to determine the direction and appropriate angle of the deposition of droplet. I will show you like okay, these are blood patterns, blood spatter, and I will say that these are blood patterns. In blood spatter analysis, what they will look forward is the pattern of blood, how the blood is, how it is seeing in the crime scene, like maybe the floor of this room or wall, or on the wall, how it is arranged, that the investigating officer will check. So we can see here it's spherical, proper round in shape. So in general, we will tell that if the droplet of the blood is spherical in shape, it falls at a 90-degree angle. It falls at a 90-degree angle. If it is like this, like an oval shape, we can tell that it's 30-degree angle. 30-degree from if the blood falls from 30-degree, falls in a 30-degree angle, this shape will come. And this kind of shape we will get if the blood patterns fall at 10-degree, so 10-degree angle. So this kind of generalization helps to find the angle of blood patterns, like from which place, from which angle it uh, originated, like that. And these kind of patterns, like these kind of patterns. So these kind of patterns we can see on the floor or on the wall or ceiling or anywhere. We will see like this in a crime scene. If you are encountering these kind of patterns, the person, the investigating officer, he will think that like this can happen like normally it's said that high velocity patterns will be like small minute droplets. High velocity, like if the culprit is using a gun, uh, the pattern will be like this. If he is using a blunt weapon, the pattern that is like low velocity weapons, the pattern will be like this. But this kind of generalization is harmful. These are harmful because sometimes blunt weapon, if a blunt weapon is used with high velocity, with high pressure, these kind of small patterns will also form. So that is harmful for the investigation. So these kind of generalizations are both helpful and harmful. Helpful in the way that like at 90-degree droplets, the droplets of the blood is in spherical in shape, and in 10-degree it is oval in shape with a cast. And if some generalization like the weapon used or the velocity of the force and all those things, if we are considering these kind of generalization, it is harmful because the culprit can use the blunt weapon with high velocity, which can produce the small droplets. And if the blunt weapon is used in a low velocity, another form of droplets will come, like big droplets will come. So these kind of generalization will mislead the investigation. So these are the limitations. So we can't generalize the things until or unless it is proved. So this is another limitation. Then next one is third one is false linkage. False linkage occurs when an investigator assumes a link between two or more objects of evidence that starts the investigation down the wrong path. For example, we can say that if the investigating officer is finding out the footwear impression at a crime scene in a high traffic area of a park, and he is assuming that the impressions are linked to the culprit or the perpetrator, when in truth they may belong to unrelated person who walked there earlier in the day. If it is at a high traffic area, so many people can come and go by that way. So many footprints will be there. So how can the investigating officer link these footprints with suspect? It is not possible. So if he is linking that, it may lead to a false linkage. So that is false linkage. For example, we can say that if a person or the culprit, he is having any, or if he wears a 10-inch shoes, size 10, and if his original size is 7, consider like the original size is 7, and if he uses the size 10 shoe for his criminal purpose, then the investigating officer will find out and counter footwear impression with the size 10, and he think that okay, the person is of height like his height is like 6 feet or above that, and that's why he is using 10 size footwear. And the suspect, we can suspect the persons who is having above 6 feet. So like these assumptions without any like proof, like these assumptions, and the investigating officer is linking these kind of evidences, it may lead to a false linkage. So this is also a limitation for crime scene reconstruction. So there are three limitations for crime scene reconstruction. First one is bifurcation, then generalization, and false linkage. And investigators can use only what is left behind to theorize what occurred in the past. Like in the crime scene, they will get only maybe only trace amount of physical evidence will be there. So only little like only small evidence they will get. From that small little evidences, they have to generalize things. They have to find out the like they have to finish the case, they have to investigate the case. So this is also a limitation for the crime scene reconstruction. Then the information available to make these theories is often much less than what is needed to create a full time of events. For creating the full, we told that they are in the crime scene reconstruction, what they are doing, they are reconstructing the whole crime scene event. So the information information available with these physical evidences and all the things in the crime scene, what the theories made by the uh, investigating officer, these are much less, if we compared with the full-time event, what happened, because only little evidence we will get from the crime scene. This is also a limitation. Then reconstruction also relies on information from toxicology tests, DNA typing, autopsies, interrogations, etc. So, if a person died in an unnatural condition, unnatural circumstances, they will take the dead body for autopsy. So, for getting the autopsy result, time lag will be there. And if they got a skeleton from the crime scene, they take the skeleton and they will send for the DNA examination for identifying the person. And this DNA examination will also take time for getting the result. And for other laboratory tests also, laboratory examinations, the time lag will be there for getting the result from the laboratory. So these delaying of the result also make a quite bit of time for reconstruction. So this delaying will be also a limitation for the reconstruction. So these are the limitations for reconstruction. And what are the things? Bifurcation, generalization, false linkage, and also these three, the uh, amount of evidence we are getting from the crime scene. It is not that it is not that enough for the crime scene in reconstruction, and this result delaying of the result also will be a limitation for crime scene investigation. So this is about crime scene limitations of the crime scene reconstruction. Other topic we'll discuss later. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Thank you.